Is that a thing?
Well, I'm going to do it again, but...
It's kind of like the clapper thing.
Okay, it's going to be hard for me to see the audio. There's so many snaps happening in there. Welcome, everybody, to this terrible show you accidentally clicked on.
Yay.
It's also called the Gaming News Power Hour. Brought to you by Take the Studios. Power Up Hour. We're different now. We're different than we were a year ago. We've evolved.
It's the new era.
The new era of something. We have currently watched, if you don't want to watch us, well, you got to listen to us, but you can watch Quantum Break if you'd like. It's over there in the bottom left corner, down there, in that direction. Right there.
Over there?
Nope. You know that's not how it is.
Well, my cameras reverse everything.
My name is Spencer.
Oh, I'm Joshua.
I'm Lee.
It's terrible when you start the cue on film. We are here to talk about gaming news. Before we get to that, though, let's head to the icebreaker. Our icebreaker, if you never watched the show before, if you didn't in the past...
You are in for a treat.
Not really. We just talk about the games we've been playing lately. I'll start with Lee. What game have you been playing lately?
Lately, I've been playing Overwatch. Just came out and stuff. A lot of fun. But I'm actually I'm playing Witcher 3 again because there is some new DLC coming out for it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give it another try to it. I didn't quite put that much time into it last time. And, oh, man, I made the mistake of sleeping on it. But I did right because I played it right before the new DLC comes out. So I'm still super excited for
it. The new DLC called Blood and Wine?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get the two mixed up if you're in Gangrel's house. Josh, what game have you been playing lately?
Fallout 4. I've been playing that forever.
Never going to stop. Never going to quit. Can't keep him down.
Don't have time for anything else either.
So. What would you do if you actually got a good Fallout game to play?
Man, I have one.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Valhalla is great. It's actually really fun. It's almost like Obsidian stepped in and said, hey, here's how you make an RPG. I think I've said that a million times in the last week. But that's just how I can describe Far Harbor. They do it really well. It's a way better RPG than Fallout 4 is.
How do you think it ranks in DLC compared to Dead Money?
This is the best DLC they've ever made. Let's never bring up Dead Money again because that was the worst DLC they've ever made.
He's going to gloss over Dead Money like it never happened.
Never.
Which is what you should do.
It's dead to me. It's dead money to me. I've been playing Quantum Break as you're watching down there. Quantum Break's really fun. It's an action game. It suffers from what every action-adventure game suffers from. That if you move from a first-person shooter like Fallout or like a Call of Duty and you go to an action-adventure game, it's really hard to get used to the mechanics, the clunkiness that can happen.
Uncharted 4. I ran into so many walls.
Uncharted 4, Assassin's Creed, Quantum Break is the same thing. So if you're going from, I'm loving Overwatch, what I want to play when I'm having to take a break from Overwatch, I would never take a break or I would never swap up controls and playstyles from a first-person shooter to third-person shooter. Just the way it is. I've been playing it, though, because I slept on it for a while. I didn't, it's a good pillow, but I didn't need it. I didn't want it yet. I wanted to play it finally. I played it, and I'm really happy I did. It's got the telltale strategy where you got a big decision at the end, and it tells you how your friends made the decision or how the whole community made the decision. The decisions you make in the game affect which episode you get, because there are different episodes that were filmed for each episode to just go along with the decisions. It was really great. Yeah. A lot of stuff. I'm just giving the review real quick because I slept on it for 2 months.
Time travel stuff.
Decisions. Time travel, man. It's
Choose your own adventure games. They're a new thing.
God dang it. Let's head to the review roundup.
I'm holding a lightsaber.
Total War of Warhammer came out this week. It's getting about 8.5 to 9 out of 10s everywhere, which is really great. I've never wanted to play this, but it's awesome that there's a good game out there. I played Total War Shogun 2, and I only really got that because there was a Hyrule mod that turned all the classes of people into different races from Zelda. So you should have known. It's called Take This Studios. It's dangerous to go alone, take this. We're literally a Zelda meme.
Yep.
That's what we are. I'm sorry that everything in my life
this was professional.
Revolves around Zelda. But 8.5 to 9 out of 10 everywhere. That's great. Do you play Total War games?
I played Shogun 2 without the mod and stuff like that. Just not really my type of game. However, I understand for people that like that type of game why they love it. I mean, it seems like a really fun game. Just not something I would do because I have boring taste in games.
But it's if you like those type of games, great. You've got a great game to look at. And
you do, boo.
Yeah. Now, if you love arcade classics like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you love that kind of couch co-op, let's beat up some bad guys and then fight a boss,
Then don't buy the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan.
yeah, don't buy that because you can't play with your friends on your couch.
Yeah.
Directly inspired by the arcade games, and yet you cannot play it with your friends on the couch.
And what could possibly be the excuse? There's no excuse to it because the characters are already there. It either has to have all the turtles, AI, or someone else controlling them.
Speaking of the...
So why could they not just have your spouse or your brother or sister or whoever?
Speaking of the characters, Josh, you know some stuff about the character stuff on this game. How badly did they mess up the characters, character aspects?
They don't have any real individuality in their character movesets and their abilities. It's all the same.
So that's stupid. Raphael's supposed to suck in the game. Because he's got size.
So they all have the same abilities like turrets
Pretty
and like
much.
power-ups and stuff?
Yeah. Like you can assign that to any of them.
So you can pick any turtle and you're at no disadvantage during the quest and stuff like that, having to wait for
Or
someone
no
to-
advantage for certain bosses.
There's no reason to play as any particular turtle over the other.
Sounds like there's no reason to play it at all.
Boom! Well, it's getting really bad reviews, like 4 and 5. So out of 10s,
I don't know how hard it would be to make it local multiplayer since all the characters are already there.
That's what
on
I'm saying.
the screen.
It's not like, when people are like, why isn't Battlefield 4 couch co-op? I can understand that. That'd take quite a few resources. And I don't really know that I'd want to play Battlefield 4, a game like that, 20 frames per second.
yeah.
In split screen.
Yeah.
However, with the turtles and stuff, they're already there. They're always there.
Yeah.
Moving on, Nintendo figured out how to make a really good platformer on the 3DS this year. Kirby Robo.
Because they didn't before, obviously.
This year they haven't. They did great with Fire Emblem, and that was about it. But Kirby Planet Robobot. Robobot. I don't think you needed that.
Nintendo #1 in naming department.
That's true. But it was a platformer. Kirby was always easier, but they made it into more of a puzzler. I haven't played the game. I've watched a little bit of film on it. I'm going to play that game when it releases. Obviously, I don't have a developer code because I pay for my games, even with a media license. Sorry, I just like to support developers and not judge stuff I didn't pay for. But there's a set of amiibos coming out. What I've seen in the gameplay is kind of neat, building robots. There's some really great add-ons, like the last Kirby game had a really cool package with King Dedede. It's a music rhythm game, and there's a Smash Brothers clone in there because it's created by the guy that made Smash Brothers.
Makes sense.
Did you see anything else on Kirby Robobot that happened?
One thing I liked was the customization to all the different robots and using them in the levels in particular ways.
Ah, okay, so it's kind of like Transformers, but it doesn't suck.
So
The games, Transformer games suck.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're not in a Michael Bay bash here. That's just too easy.
So it's like the GoBots.
Yeah, it's like robots. And then finally, Overwatch 9s to 10s out of 10s everywhere. This game's getting amazing reviews. It's a great time to be alive.
It's sponsored by Taco Bell.
That's
Yeah.
moving on.
Fetch that food, dog.
Moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about Overwatch. That's our first real subject of the day. Overwatch. That is for them to discuss entirely.
He's going to sit and overwatch us.
I will. I'll Overwatch.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is good puns.
But today was my first day playing it, and it was quite fantastic.
He's a troll. Don't let
Yeah.
him fool you.
Yeah, I mainly played as what's her name, May.
May.
Yeah, the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
And just building walls in front of all my teammates and messing them up. Pretty fantastic. But I did play as a few other characters as well, and it's pretty cool. The roles, how they're actually important.
They really are.
Instead of most first-person shooters, everyone just does the same thing. And
If you pick a team full of offense, you are going to die a lot.
Now,
it
how's
gives
this,
you tips on the side too of how to make your team better.
how's this game set up? Is it just kill versus kill, or is it like objective based like League of Legends where you have to take
Well,
down
the
towers?
thing is, kills don't really matter like in the grand scheme of things because it's all about capturing objectives or guarding certain things. It's offense versus defense. Most of the game types revolve around there may be something like you defend point A and point B. Don't let them get it. So it's keeping the other person out of that area, like King of the Hill type situation. Or hey, you got to move this truck through this entire level. You've got to your team has to keep them off of it. Their team has to try to get onto him.
How many people
Time
versus
limit.
each other?
It's 5v5.
Okay.
So there's always, a lot of people. The thing is, there's 4 main classes to choose from. There's your offense class, defense class, your tank class, and your support class. So the thing of it is, there's a lot of depth to it because if you are a person who likes to play as a healer, there's a lot of really good characters for that. And just because they're a healer doesn't mean they're defenseless and doesn't mean that they can't do anything. Just because you're a tank doesn't mean that you can't output a lot of damage. So it's really fun because each person's going to find a character that they're going to really mesh with, that they're going to say, wow, this is the character I like a lot. However, it's not one of those games where if you find a character that you really like, you can't play the other characters. Myself, I don't have a main yet. I'm the best with Shoreborn, who is basically Norse, a mythological creature. He's a dwarf who builds turrets and all kinds of cool things like that. So he's really cool to use. However, I really have used probably about 7 or 8 different people. And it's it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable game. I don't typically like multiplayer, but I really like it.
What about you?
Sorry, I wasn't yawning because you were pouring. I was just yawning because I wasn't getting a lot of oxygen. What about me? What? My main? Well, I told you May. It's my main.
May,
Yeah.
the Ice Queen is your main. Now, how do
He
you
likes to
feel-
throw walls up so his teammates can't do things.
But I also
Great teamwork.
help, rework the way enemies have to go. The pathways they have to take.
He
which
stops
is
people from
beneficial.
getting kills.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I also freeze a bunch of people, then everyone steals my kills.
what
So-
gameplay did you try out?
What do you mean, what gameplay?
Which game style?
Well, that character is...
It's kind of a mixed bag. So the thing is, like, most of the time, like, when you're doing quick play, you don't get to choose just one, type of
okay.
match. It mixes it up.
Oh,
So
you mean-
between each round.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool because it doesn't feel like the same old thing every time because, it's not going to be, team deathmatch or capture flag. It's going to be like, hey, you're an attacker this time and you're doing this, okay? And the very next round, you're a defender and you're doing this.
Now,
and you're like, what am I
Is there
doing?
like character leveling up where you unlock more stuff the more you play
No,
with
so
someone?
that's the thing is a lot of customization stuff. You're going to get your emotes, you're going to get your sprays, you're going to get your different colors and things like that.
cosmetic stuff.
However, you're not going to get better guns, you're not going
So-
to get better weapons.
It's
It
just
is
the
not
people that are better.
Yeah, it's not a pay to play. All the stuff thus far that's available in the market that you can pay for are merely aesthetic customization options.
Which makes sense because if
It
you're going to
is-
make money on stuff,
yes.
don't sell guns, sell the colors of the guns.
Correct. They are definitely pushing for competitive with this game. That's one thing that Blizzard's already said. They're really trying to push it. They want to try to do 2 months, I believe, 2 month season, something like maybe, I think they said like 2.5 months with a 2 week off season in between each season.
You think
So they really want to make this a competitive game, almost like I would say League does.
So basically, either Evo by next year, or because they're both mobile, but they're also part of the Blizzard Activision family, Activision has a deal with ESPN for Call of Duty tournaments. So you think they're going to work their way in to get Blizzard's Overwatch into a ESPN type show?
I think they probably will, and I think that they definitely can because the thing of it is, it would be very interesting to see. Because each champion, there was a lot of people complaining with the beta and stuff like that. Oh, this character is overpowered, and then Blizzard didn't nerf anybody or buff anybody. They said counter them with these 3 characters. They named 3 characters that just instantly counter that character. Everybody is definitely like the full rock paper scissors feel. Day 1, everybody pretty much picked Bastion. Like at first, everybody kind of starts with him. Mostly the reason for him is because he rewards camping essentially, which you stop and you turn into a turret and you have more ammo and stuff like that. However, you're not mobile at all, and the thing is it's people can really get up behind you and stuff like that and do a lot of damage to you. You're more susceptible to other things, so people kind of quickly move on from him. There's you don't really see him later on and stuff like that because more people have discovered, oh, I like so-and-so better. They have more tools and stuff like that. My wife started with Bastion. She liked him, and then she moved on to Diva. So she's been using Diva quite a bit and has a lot unlocked. Bird is very good with her. She does some really interesting little dirty tricks that I've seen. So there's a lot of stuff that you can learn with the characters, but everybody I've seen thus far has a counter. They have somebody that you don't really want to go up against with them.
Nice. I'm excited to play it. It looks really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask your opinion, since you are both fans of 2K's developers of Borderlands Battleborn. Gearbox Software. Do you think that Overwatch coming out to rave reviews, to really great mechanics and everything, do you think this basically makes Battleborn kind of unnecessary on the marketplace?
I don't think so, because Battleborn, in my opinion, scratches an entirely different itch than Overwatch does. Battleborn is more a League of Legends for people who don't like top-down games.
Okay.
Whereas Overwatch is more of a Call of Duty for people who don't like mindless shooters.
Okay.
That's really the only way I can describe
Tombstone Wider.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Tombstone Wider, Tombstone low budget movie, made a ton of money. Wider, high budget movie, didn't make much money. They talked about the same thing, but they did it in a
Came out the
different
same year. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, not really.
Understandable.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh, God. All right. Moving on from speaking about a couple of people that make great games to one company that makes amazing games all the time, every time. Rockstar.
Well, not every time.
What did you just... Ooh, Grand Theft Auto 4. You're going to start a war we don't need to have.
I like GTA 4, so shut up.
Rockstar.
Hey, people are allowed to be wrong. It's okay.
Yeah, not everyone's perfect.
Yeah,
Rockstar recently had a meeting with its investors, and they told...
Cousin, let this go bowling! See, that's not annoying at all. It still holds up.
Oh, God. That full city with so much to do. Basically, they gave...
It had so many events.
Basically, they told everyone before E3, because let's just all just show our respects for when E3 mattered, because it doesn't anymore. Like, let's just be honest. News is so quick now, and so many leaks happen that are real, that companies don't need to worry about showing them at E3. Like, that E3 is fine and everything, but it's only a few thousand people that get to play games early, and who really cares? I don't care what some IGN editor who got paid to say something nice, what their hands-on is about something. Rockstar doesn't care either.
Allow me, real quick. I'm going to demonstrate why E3 is not relevant anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
And if you're listening, he pulled his phone out. That's what it was.
Yes, on the audio version, he pulled his phone out and showed that these are computers, and there's a tweet. You can tweet so quickly.
I can tweet out the news that'll get the same reaction as seeing it on the screen.
True. And then people will try to copy and paste those tweets onto an article and get clicks from it. We're not going into that discussion. We're just going to talk about Rockstar and how they said there's no new game.
A lot of those sites, though, you got to give them a lot of respect, because they're able to take 60 characters and stretch it out into an entire article with a lot of ads.
Rockstar recently said at an investor meeting that they were not coming out with a game this fiscal year, which runs until April of 2017, which means this Christmas there will be no Red Dead Redemption 2, no Red Dead Revolver, The Return, we own it this time.
No LA Noire 2?
Oh, that was never going to be an LA Noire 2.
What?
That game was so good for the facial stuff. That's it. They're like cool faces. That was it.
Spencer says, watch it for the facials. That's his review. And we're talking about LA Noire if you're just joining us.
So basically, they started from the beginning. This is a YouTube video. It's not even like it's live television. Okay, we're going on. We're moving on. So basically at E3, they can announce whatever they want, but we know there's nothing coming this year. So the amount of good game this year for holiday became good game.
It seems like 'tis the year of Overwatch. Because let's be honest here, the amount of hype that game has generated is...
Let's hope it can be the next Destiny with sales. Let's hope it's a consistent burn. It wasn't the huge splash out of the gate, but those true numbers won't come through until about a month later. So we'll see how they did.
There's a lot going on right now. It's kind of one of those months where most American high schools are graduating and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people may be buying that with their graduation money and stuff like that. This
is the month where people make those memes of, I'm trying to graduate college and here the game developers are trying to ruin my life.
That's very true. Fact.
But Rockstar, April 2017, does that mean there's going to be a game in April 2017? Heck to the no. They're not that dumb. It's going to be next Christmas, 2017.
Didn't they just release another DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5, or are they working on it or something like that?
No, it's always been free DLC with GTA 5, and it's always online.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just their online stuff.
I heard they were doing another story thing, though.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is the it's the only Grand Theft Auto and only non-Nintendo game to break the top 10. We brought this up last week. Yep. It's only two Grand Theft Auto games that break the top 20 all-time game sales. Is GTA San Andreas and GTA 5. GTA 5 is actually the #1 selling game of all time, and it has consistently sold about 5 to 10 million copies every month. Like, it's crazy. They average on slow months 2 million copies. That is insane.
That's a slow month.
That is insane.
Small under $1 million.
So, just take that 2 million, pull out your calculator, times that by 60, then go throw up. But anyway, they don't need the money. They don't need to rush a project, and honestly, I'm glad they don't. Because they put out great products. There's very many things technically that they do that other companies 3 years later try to copy and still can't do. Grand Theft Auto has always been great. I know Rockstar's gonna do great with Red Dead Redemption 2 if that's what they're planning, because we still don't know. Because Red Dead Redemption 1 was pretty great, and all these leaked images now kind of seem ridiculous if they don't show it at E3. But it ain't gonna come out this year, so I think they're all kind of faked anyway. So
it could actually just be people doing a mod on it or something like that, like
Probably.
breaking code and things like that. I mean, or just animating things nowadays. Like, I actually wouldn't put it past people.
basically, Rockstar is gonna sleep like rock stars for the next year.
Yeah.
They're not gonna party. They're not partying for nothing. There's no transition there.
And, well, he was talking about modding. We're going in this direction, right?
Yeah, we were talking about Red Dead Redemption. Now let's talk about
Yeah.
other things PC players don't get.
Oh, dang. Yeah, modding Red Dead Redemption 2, modding Halo 5, but don't worry, you can't play Halo 5. They're being sure of that.
Yeah.
Microsoft releasing The Forge.
Finally, 8 months after release.
Yeah, so basically, this Xbox One, by the way, Xbox One and PS4, neither one have the capability. Literally, they don't have the physical capability of exporting 4K pictures to TVs. But somehow, The Forge has this 4K resolution support. Great. When it shrinks that resolution down to 900p, it's going to look fantastic. But The Forge gives you a lot of tools for PC players, not players.
No, for PC
users to make maps
stuff for consoles.
for Xbox One players for Halo 5.
Just the one, yeah.
Even though everyone...
I think if I was still a PC player, like predominantly I didn't have either consoles, I would make the worst maps possible just as a big FU.
Would you make the maze from the Windows screensaver? Just a maze everywhere?
I would just remake...
Oh no, I see them. It's a corridor. I can't move.
Yeah, I would just make them just terrible.
Yeah.
Just like a flat field with walls around it and stuff like that. Or make a map where each person starts at your side and there's a wall that separates the two teams and you can't get past it no matter what. But make a bunch of things that make it look like you can, so that people just spend an entire team deathmatch trying to get to their team, but you can't.
That's awesome. That'd be great. Or make a map where there's a resolution on one little hanger where it looks like someone's sniping the whole time.
I would
it just
remake
looks like someone's up there.
Labyrinth from the movie Labyrinth in honor of David Bowie.
Oh my god. So
no one could blame you for walking away.
I mean, if you're angry about this, you have a reason to say, well, they're not coming out with Halo 5 on PC, but then again...
Why is there no Halo on PC? It's freaking stupid!
But then again...
I just said it. Someone had to say it.
Check yourself before you really wreck yourself, because they said it from the outset that there's going to be no Halo 5 for PC, so they kind of told you beforehand.
But see, Microsoft lied before. They said Windows phones were good.
No, that's not a lie. It's a sales pitch. It's different. I'm sure it's different somehow.
Mm.
I just don't know how to break that down right now. Don't know how to do it. But basically, go make your maps. Make terrible maps. Make a bunch of Labyrinth maps, like he said. Enjoy yourself. Troll the console
Use
peasants.
transparent things so they can see one another. Because then they'll have a lot of videos of each other teabagging one another in the transparent thing, but they can't kill each other.
Let the PC master race rise again.
Let the hate flow through you.
Roll
Let the
Tide.
butt hurt flow.
Moving on to... God, this has been a bad news week besides Overwatch. Thank God for that shining star Overwatch. Battlefront 2, here's what EA said. That they may surprise us with a little bit of single player. A little bit of campaign.
Dang.
How generous of those are mighty lords, Electronics and Arts. Oh, they show us such mercy.
You guys remember the best Star Wars game ever, Jedi Academy? How it had a story?
You mean
And it
Star
was
Wars
several years
Battlefront
ago?
1?
Do it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2 is better. Like the actual 2, not the one that's supposedly coming out.
Hey,
No,
remember
it's
Jango
not.
Fett Bounty Hunter?
There's a reason why this is called EA's Battlefront, not the other Battlefront. Because the other
Yeah.
Battlefront took those online multiplayer maps, took it offline, gave you a bunch of bots, gave you a fictional crappy story to go along with it, which was fine for us because some of them were actually kind of neat, and let us play those maps just with bots, and that was their campaign. How hard is that to do? Honestly,
It's not.
I played in Titanfall with more bots than people because no one's playing that game. So if you just take Titanfall structure, EA, and you put it in Battlefront, then you have a campaign. And why are you going to say that they may have a campaign? The last game, they kept saying they were rushed to finish the game.
Because they wanted to come out with alongside the movie and everything. And
But
You knew the movie was coming out for how long?
They knew in advance, even when they got the contract, even if you're rushed, you have all those resources. You reuse textures, you reuse animations.
the main thing I think was them actually programming intelligent AI. Intelligent artificial intelligence.
Electronic Arts has never programmed intelligent AI,
Yeah.
to be fair.
It's Skate 3. The pedestrians were pretty smart.
I'm not even going to give them credit for Skate 3.
Okay.
The pedestrians were smart.
I mean, they were. Like, they
They'd
knew
get out of
that
your way.
They'd get out of your way, or
Okay.
then some of them would actually, like, clothesline you and stuff like that, so...
Play Mass
Yeah.
Effect 2, and if you just walk beside someone, you can shoot them. It's pretty sweet. It's like Quantum Break, but you didn't slow down time to get right beside them. And they just dumb. They'd be dumb. Electronic Arts version of Battlefront. I will not just call it Battlefront anymore. I just can't do it. So the EA Battlefront 2 may
You guys
have...
remember Jedi Starfighter?
There's a... I want everyone to leave this video real quick, open up a new tab, and watch the Lego Lego Star Wars Force Awakens trailer, and look at the dogfighting combat in that game, and then go watch some video on Battlefront and their lack of dogfighting, and wonder to yourself, why did Lego get combat better than Electronic Arts, who makes shooters for a living? Why does Call of Duty Infinite Warfare look like it has... I went on a rant about this last week. Go back and watch it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But why can EA... excuses. It's just excuses. When there's no reason to the reason, then it's an excuse.
Do you think Battlefield 1, or whatever it's called now, is even going to have a story mode? Or do you think they're going to skip a campaign completely?
They're going to have a story mode, I'm
I mean,
pretty sure.
You would need to. I mean, you're putting in historical setting. That's just what's going to make it interesting.
I would want that, because why else would you...
I think it would be funnier if they got the history wrong on purpose. Because kids are so stupid now,
Oh, no,
like that they probably would believe it.
Yeah,
So they'd be
will.
like, hey, they did this because the King of France stole a pastry from the Queen of Belgium and then married this girl from Norway, and that's what sparked World War One.
It's not just, and I don't want to get into this debate, but I'm just going to have to say it real quick. It's not just the kids, it's the public schools in the 90s. You know how many times I went to work, or how many people at work asked me, who was it that we were fighting in World War One?
Correct answer is everyone. Everyone.
And I'm like,
Here's an even better one. Okay, if you have somebody who does know, do you know what event brought us into World War One? It's something called the Zimmerman Note. Yeah, go figure that. Germany tried to get our neighbors Mexico to join with them and be BFFs to take us on.
I think we're getting off topic.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
think-
no. Are they even going to have that, or are they just like what kind of story could you possibly do in World War One?
we'll reel it back to
Yeah.
Battlefront, EA's Battlefront.
You know another really good Star Wars game that didn't have a campaign mode? Pod Racer on the N64.
Still better than EA Battlefront 1. I bought EA Battlefront 1. I bought the Season Pass. You know what that Season Pass got me? 9-Nub. It got me 9-Nub as my hero. And
Is
I'm
that
like,
the dude with the thing for the face? Or
the one that was co-pilot in the Millennium Falcon with Lando
okay,
Calrissian
the dude with the
Return
thing.
of the
Yeah,
Jedi.
yeah.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. It was also made fun of in X-Men Apocalypse, saying when they walked out of the theater and they said, "Oh, spoilers." The third movies always suck. Yeah, you're right. X-Men, you should know. Anyway,
Return of the Jedi as featured in BioShock Infinite.
yeah. What?
See? It refers to video games, okay? So there's this video game called BioShock Infinite, and you get these tears where you can see the future, and at one point she tries to go to France, and it's in the 80s, and Return of the Jedi is on the marquee for the sign. There's a very good little reference.
What? I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't
Yeah.
believe you.
I
That's
believe
crazy.
it was in French. It was Return du Jedi, I believe. You'll have to look at it. But yeah, it was Return of the Jedi.
Oh my god.
That was interesting.
Anyway, I don't have a whole lot of faith in their EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2, simply because this season pass has been terrible. The first set of maps didn't include any of the 40-player modes, but say no, that's what everyone wants to play. And then 9 of it's your hero, and IG-88's not a villain yet. And you know that the white guy, oh my god, the DLC pack 2, that white guy that was standing with Boba Fett and IG-88 and all the bounty hunters, just the fat white dude, he's the villain in DLC pack 2. He is the... What's his name? Fat white guy that was standing with Boba Fett. That's his name.
The guy that looks like he's wrapped in toilet paper?
Yeah.
Dengar.
He's the villain.
I had a Dengar action figure.
God, why?
Because I had almost all of them.
Why'd I have an IG-88 figure? Why is IG-88 my favorite character?
Yeah, there's a whole Robot Chicken sketch about him. It's hilarious.
God dang it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it would make way more sense now.
Dengar's in there. I was like, I know Lando Calrissian. And then all of a sudden, just to clarify this, Cloud City has a Walker Assault mode, but not that first pack that was like on the desert planet.
How does Bespin have a Walker Assault mode when it's
made of gas?
What?
Yes. This is why I have no faith in EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2. This right here, this discussion we're having.
Do they not know how to Tavana gas?
Hey, I don't know what word you just said. So I think that moves us on to the ending, to the exits, to the goodbyes, to the see you later. So basically, oh my god. So and single player, and they're teasing like, oh, we could have a single player. All right, that's just first. YouTube question of the day is gonna be: are you more willing to pay for a game if it has a campaign, or are you okay with paying for an online only game if it's gonna also feature a season pass? Star Wars Battlefront, case in point. $60 game, $50 season pass, a whole lot of nothing gets out of it. But even a developer that knows what they're doing, no campaign, no story, none of that, and especially for a new IP, where's the lore at? So, how do you feel about paying for games, online only, that's $60 and may even have a season pass? That's the question of the day. Question of the week, rather, because we're not coming here every day. That's a lot of work. Yeah. And you can find us collectively at Take the Studios on every social media platform. That's Pinterest, that's Tumblr, that's Instagram, that's Twitter.
Are you managing the Pinterest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Our Pinterest is amazing, and our Tumblr is hilarious.
I don't know what a Pinterest is. That's
super
a word
sassy.
I don't know.
Super sassy.
Tumblr is a thing?
Tumblr is a thing. Anyway, where can they find you at?
You can find me at iPaintSounds on both Instagram and Twitter, and Cactus Jack in the Box on Reddit.
And you can find me on Twitter at JShoemakerDev and on other social medias. Some variation of Joshua Shoemaker, might have an underscore or not. And everyone listening, I hope you enjoyed my facial expressions because I didn't say much.
And man, you're very professional though.
Yeah,
very professional.
Not if you watch the video.
Oh, he's always tired and
yeah,
super wild-eyed. You can find me at Psycho1316. That's SYCO1316. That's on every social media platform.
Sounds like a droid that would be featured in the single-player campaign of Battlefront 2.
Oh god. Basically, that's just Twitter and Instagram. Take the Studios is everything else I use. And YouTube, we have currently a tournament going on. It's Pokken Tournament, followed up by a DC Injustice Tournament. We have a lot of tournaments going on. We also have playlists.
I'm winning the Pokken Tournament, don't worry.
God dang it! Oh, we also have a Smash Bros. Tournament that's already passed in the Mario Kart tournament. They crown our champion. Our champion takes this nice little gold game cartridge home with them. But also we do all the videos for charity. Of course, as you know, we do a lot of Nintendo stuff. Nintendo takes the rights to their own videos and doesn't give us any money. So we don't make money, but at least we can try to promote St. Jude's and Child's Play and Hustle.
Speaking of people who promote Child's... charities and stuff like that.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish, Hustle Loyalty Respect.
Yeah, for those listening, he has John Cena's shirt.
Yeah, Hustle Loyalty Respect, John Cena.
Yeah.
Mr. Make-A-Wish. Also, our SoundCloud, you'll find this audio version on SoundCloud, so if you if you watch the YouTube version and you're tired of looking at our faces, forever and always will be found on SoundCloud and hopefully iTunes soon. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the Quantum Break. And maybe tune in next week if you don't hate us. You probably hate us.
Or even if you do.
I mean, maybe you can just comment. Tell us how much you hate us.
Yeah, because YouTube comments are a gold mine of wisdom and truth.
They probably turned it off like 15 minutes ago.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I don't want to get up.
Bye.
Come as you